Standards-based grading is simply a way of tracking and communicating student progress and academic growth related to specific and essential academic standards in a given academic area. For example, second grade math or first grade science. Standards-based grading provides clear and specific evidence and feedback to teachers, students, and parents about student growth, which is far more meaningful and informative than traditional grades, which tend to be more subjective and provide little specific feedback. It helps students and teachers focus on each child's individual goals and what steps they need to take to achieve them. And it supports the ongoing curriculum work our teachers take part in on a weekly basis throughout the year. Most importantly, I think, it clarifies the curriculum for everyone, making it easier to understand exactly what students need to know and be able to do by grade level and academic area. Reporting student progress toward desired academic standards or behavioral expectations using a standards-based tool is not entirely new at Orchard Farm. We have utilized different formats for grade reporting through the years. However, the standards-based grading we will be piloting this year is far more detailed, systematic, meaningful, and consistent across the grade levels and academic areas than anything we've used before.
Standards-based grading is a shift in our thinking about how we assess student learning. To help us better understand, consider this. When a baby is learning how to walk, we know there are milestones in which they must meet before we can ever expect them to have mastered walking. A baby needs to be able to lay on his stomach and lift his head, roll over, lift herself on her hands and knees before she can crawl, pull himself up on stable objects, then balance on his own, finally taking a first step. After taking that first step, we would still not consider her to have mastered walking. However, she is on her way to reaching that goal. And once she reaches that goal, we will want her to reach the next goal of being able to run. Imagine if we gave your child a letter grade each time he attempted to walk, starting with holding his head up on his own. He wouldn't have much success in the beginning, failing many attempts of walking. Traditionally, we would average these attempts together and give him a grade for walking. With that method, it would take several years of walking proficiently to be averaged into his grade before we could say he mastered walking. This seems unfair because he will reach the goal of walking long before his grades will reflect that. With standards-based grading, we can accurately report where your child is in relation to the end-of-year learning goals, regardless of the number of attempts it took them to reach it. As Dr. Edding said before, standards-based grading allows everyone, students, parents, and teachers alike, to understand what students should know and be able to do according to the grade level expectations.
A couple years ago now, Orchard Farm, like many highly successful districts across the region, the state, and the country, committed to the Professional Learning Communities framework. A Professional Learning Community, or a PLC, is simply a group of educators who meet regularly and work collaboratively to share ideas, improve their teaching, analyze results, plan instruction, and support student success. As our dedicated teachers at Orchard Farm progressed through the PLC journey, they soon recognized that the old traditional letter grade system we had in place did not support the outstanding curriculum work they do each week in their PLTs. It provided little, if any, meaningful feedback to students and parents about their growth or to teachers as they planned for future instruction. It became really clear to all of us, administrators and teachers alike, that standards-based grading was the natural next step for us to take in our PLC journey. So we began making preparations to follow the lead of many PLC districts and prepare to pilot standards-based grading for our district beginning this year. We can all acknowledge that change can be difficult at times, but that shouldn't stop us from pursuing meaningful change, especially when we know it will support student learning. The work that has gotten us to this point has been rewarding, but challenging at times too. However, thanks to the work of our staff, we are set and ready to go. We're confident you too will see that standards-based grading provides you with a clearer picture of the learning goals set for your child and their progress toward achieving them. We've already heard positive feedback from some parents who've asked us about standards-based grading, and we believe it will have a positive impact on teaching and learning at Orchard Farm.
To learn more about standards-based grading, go to our school website or the district webpage under Departments, Curriculum and Instruction, Standards-Based Grading. There you will find a quick reference guide and the proficiency scales we will be piloting.